Hey guys, welcome back. Hey, did you guys know what the deepest lake in the world is? It's Lake Baikal. It's located in Siberia, and it's the world's deepest lake in the list of some of the world's biggest lake. It takes the cake for deepest. It contains more water than all 5 of the Great Lakes of North America put together. And that's the kind of fun stuff you can find in this book. Don't know much about geography? It's actually really interesting for people who even do know much about geography, which I thought I did. But when I got this book, I thought, maybe I'll know a lot of this stuff. And then I paged through and I found all kinds of fun other stuff that I may not have been that aware of. And so it's just one of those books that ends up being really fun to have on hand and learn about all kinds of different regions. Another great one for traveling nomads who love to read, and that's what I'm talking about today. Yet another book review. Welcome back to the channel here at Paradise on Pennies. I'm Heather, and I've been putting together a series of books because I live on the road full time, right now in a truck camper. And before I lived in an SUV, so I didn't have a ton of room, but I still made lots of room. I took out pieces of the vehicle to make more storage so that we could store books. Because I love having books and learning on the road. It makes the experiences and the travel, and it makes life that much more interesting, as learning as much as we can. And so I am featuring some of these books that I've read that I think would be really great for the rest of you out there who are like me and love to travel and learn and read along the way. So you'll be able to access some of these books too. And I give you a little sneak peek so you can figure out if the book's actually good for you or not. And today's book is Don't Know Much About Geography. This one is by Kenneth Davis, and it says, everything you need to know about the world, but never learned. The author talks about this at the beginning, about how some of our geography education often lacks, at least in the formal education side of things, and so we don't get to learn about all this stuff. And then, of course, there's always new stuff coming out, so this book's from the 90s, so there's probably a lot of new stuff you can learn about, but it doesn't matter. It's still really interesting to read about. There's other things besides lakes, different continents, sizes of things, populations. Just as a glimpse, there is just little fun things to learn. The chapters are things like the world is a pear. That has to do with Christopher Columbus, in case you already know what that's about. What's so bad about the Badlands? Why do we call it the Badlands? In fact, the end of the book has information about why we call all the states what we call them. So there's the names and nicknames of the 50 American states. So if you don't know where all the 50 names came from, it's a fun read. Let's see, there's other things like elephants in the Alps. What's that about? Paradise Lost, or Lost in Space. If people were dolphins, the planet would be called an ocean. So it's just a lot of fun stuff to read about. There's lots of people, lots of places mentioned in here. It makes a great travel companion to have along, and just kind of a fun little factoid book about all kinds of regions. Mentions of geology and history, and even goes in a little bit into the future and climate change expectations, believe it or not. It was from the 90s, but the author apparently was well versed in what was going on in the world. So if you'd like to learn some of these fun facts, grab yourself a Don't Know Much About Geography. It should be a pretty inexpensive book to get your hands on, and I will go ahead and find it and add the link below in the description as usual, so you can get yourself a copy. And as always, if this is useful for you guys, go ahead and give me a like. It helps me understand if these are useful and if you guys like getting this information, and it helps others know that this is a good video that they might want to check out. So go ahead, help me out there. If you do want to get the latest updates on my book reviews and the next book review as soon as it comes out, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel. That also helps me out by you subscribing to the channel, and you can see all the other fun adventures that I post here. I do adventures in foraging and rock hounding and traveling, and I read a lot and play with dogs all the time. Big dog person, so all of that fun stuff is a feature on this channel, so you can join my adventures simply by subscribing. Thank you guys so much for being here. As always, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will bring you another book review and lots of other fun stuff as soon as I get the chance. Thanks, guys. Bye.